Hello everyone and welcome back, and if you're new here, hello and welcome. So the piece I'm going to be painting in this video is not something that I usually do. This was filmed in December before Christmas, so quite a while ago, especially considering that it is now. It is April 26th that I am recording this. So yeah, a long time between when I recorded this and when I'm doing the voiceover for it. But I did want to talk about this piece, and I did want to upload this video. So this is an emotional piece. I normally don't paint or draw my emotions. Like, it's a very, very rare thing for me to do. I think I can honestly count on one hand. Sorry, I got a phone call there for a second. As I was saying, I can honestly count on one hand how many times in my life that I have drawn or painted my emotions, and I've actually never done a full illustration piece of my emotions. But this Christmas I was really having a lot of feelings, and I didn't know how to deal with them, and I was very distressed, I guess. And now that I work full-time as an artist, I guess it came to my mind to paint something, I guess, a little personal, which is, like I said, it's something that I don't do very often, but I thought I'd give it a try, and so I did. I wanted to use purple as the main, I guess, blush tone, like where you would normally put the blush on the body of an illustration, well, the body of a person. I decided to use purple instead because I felt like it really conveyed the emotions that I was feeling. Like, I didn't want to use blue, and pink is the natural go-to anyways. Purple just felt more accurate to how I was feeling, and I decided to use moody purples rather than like light-hearted pastel purples. And I hope you know what I mean by that. So like, moody purples to me are like more so like dark purples and like bluey purples rather than red pinkish purples. For the background, I actually had no thought whatsoever was given to it for me. I didn't think about it at all until I started painting, and I was just like, oh, well, you know what, maybe I should put something in there just so that it's not blank and bare. So I just decided to fill it in with a sky blue, a little bit on the darker side rather than the brighter baby blue side. But I just decided to put some blue in just as a background sky, I suppose. I didn't fill up the whole page with it though, because I wanted to leave it, I guess, like airy. I wanted it to be very light. So I'm sure, as you can tell by the expression on the girl's face, a lot of the emotions I was feeling around the holidays were not exactly super happy, and that's just mostly due to family issues at the time that I won't get into because they're personal. But yeah, just just things having to do with family was what was really weighing on me and my mind and making me feel very upset. I used primarily grays and purples in this piece because, again, I wanted it to have a very moody feel to it. I also did something a little different with the hair. Rather than painting in the hair as if it were actual hair, instead I decided to try something a little different. What I really wanted to convey was, well, I guess the moodiness of the piece, and so I decided instead to treat the hair as if it was a structure for color, sort of like how the body is, and rather than try to paint in like the strands and the flow of the hair, instead I wanted to paint in the colors and do different intensities at different points in the hair with it. I really wanted to bring out the moody purples in like the ends and the curves of the hair. And the gray of the hair, the graying, was meant to be, I guess, like a supporting role of the feeling that the moody purple was giving. In a way, I guess I also sort of treated this like a practice, even though that was not my intention. In a way, I guess I experimented with a different look for my artwork, for a different look that I can do with hair, and a different tone that I can give my work. Sadness is not something that I normally paint or draw, even though it is a very strong emotion to express. Normally, instead, I'd prefer to paint either, I guess, happy things or serene things or mysterious things rather than sad things. And it's not like I don't enjoy painting sad things, I don't know, I guess my mindset when I think of new pieces just doesn't normally lean that way. But like I said, at the time that I created this piece, I was in a very sad place and things just seemed very sad and bleak for me. I'm okay now, and things are better now. And I did find it somewhat helpful to express my emotions in this manner. Like I said, I don't normally do this. I don't normally paint or draw what I'm feeling. But I did find it helpful this time around. And I don't know if I'm going to do it more often. I might, but I don't know. did not do a color mock-up for this piece like how I normally do with all my other pieces. I'll normally do a color mock-up digitally to see if the colors I think I want to use will work well with each other, and to figure out what the colors of other things should be or might be. With this one, I didn't do that. I didn't feel the need to, because like I said, this was a personal piece. I just knew that I wanted some moody purples and grays in there, and I knew I was just going to make the blush tones purple, and I just went with it. I also didn't care too much about overworking the paper. Like, I still did. I still tried not to, overwork it, but it wasn't a huge concern for me. I did some of the clouds off camera just to sort of see if I liked what I was doing with them. And then I decided that I did, and that I was going to continue with it throughout the rest of the piece. Also, part of the reason I did it off camera is because it's the bottom of the page and I couldn't exactly get it in a good angle for the camera. So that was another reason. I decided to use the same moody purples and grays in the clouds that I used in the hair. I also added in a little bit of wisteria and some black. This piece does not have a name. I didn't assign it a name because it's a personal piece. So yeah, this piece just doesn't have a name. It's just the emotional piece is what I've been calling it. After I was done with the clouds, I took a break from this piece for a pretty long time, which is kind of funny because the only thing that I really had left to do was just the small little facial features like her eyelashes, the tears, her lips, and her eyes. Oh, and the eyebrow, of course. For the eyebrow and the eyelashes, I decided to keep in line with the moody purple, but I did a bit of a gradient on them to like a gray, to the gray that I was using. And then with the lips, I just went with the straight moody purple and just put the gray tone on the inside of her mouth to differentiate between the teeth and the inside of her mouth. I usually leave the eyes till the very end, partially because sometimes I don't know what eye color I want, and other times it's because I'm, I guess, scared of messing it up. For the eye color, I ended up deciding to go with a yellow to complement all the purples in the piece. And for the tears, I pretty much just left them in pencil. I think I did a light gray toning on top of them with the paintbrush, but I think that was about it. Okay, well, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. I know it wasn't that chatty, it was more time-lapsey. Sorry if you prefer my more chatty videos, but I really just didn't have much to talk about, I guess. Nevertheless, I hope you still enjoyed it. And I hope to see you in the next video. Remember to like and subscribe. And yeah, goodbye.